Welcome back, everybody, to our round 2 stream of Squid Junction. Here we are going to be seeing Summer Nights versus Twilight's Cruzada. What can you tell me about these two teams? What do you think we're going to see?
I know that it's a themed match. You know, you got nighttime versus nighttime apparently, but I know that Twilight's Cruzada is a very, very powerful team, and Summer Nights still very respectable on their own, but they might not be able to stack up. But I'm certainly excited to see what they can pull off here. It's always a wild card. You know, you can always go in expecting something, and the other thing, like, there's always upsets. That's what I absolutely love about watching these kind of things. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm looking to see how both teams perform.
Oh, for sure. And actually, looking at the bracket right now, they are actually very, very close in seeding. Summer Nights is seeded number 16, and Twilight's Cruzada is seeded number 17. Now, of course, these seedings are, estimates, but it is definitely worth noting that based on this, the TOs believe that these two teams are pretty evenly matched. So, based on my prior experience with these two teams, they are definitely both of high caliber. So, I think we might have a very exciting match on our hands.
I mean, I always love to be proven wrong. I never have an issue with being proven wrong on my predictions. So let's see what we got. Exciting.
Definitely. And as the lobby is being made, we now get our map list. Game 1 on Splat Zone's Museum de Alfonsino. Very interesting map. I rambled on about this last match, but I do like the variety of approach options on this map, especially that far right flank for very aggressive weapons. However, Weef, you as a backline player, I'm guessing you also have some very favorable opinions about this map, no?
I love Museum. My favorite map mode in the entire game is Museum Clams, but Museum Zones is a very close second. It's got some great sightlines, but it doesn't feel too broken like maps like Mincemeat do. You can still be snuck up on. If somebody gets below the drop, you kind of just have to be forced to back off. There's enough blockers that you don't have complete dominance, and I don't know. And also, if you make the risky decision to decide to drop into mid and try to hold a little bit more forward, it's really hard to back out unless you stay on spinners. So you can easily get snuck up on, and that's what I like. I like a little bit of risk, but it's just a nice map. It's a pretty map too. Lots of nice light blues and soothing colors to help me stay calm, I guess.
Definitely, because that's what you're going to be looking at in the middle of a firefight. Am I right?
Exactly. Um,
Uh,
who needs to like actually aim when I'm looking at pretty fountains?
Oh, for real. But yeah, and as we go in here, I expect we're going to see a very nice ebb and flow with these teams. It's going to depend on which team can get a stronger presence on the other's plat. As of course, with Splat Zones games, you need to push ahead of the zone when you're defending it, when you're racking up those points, so that the team fight doesn't paint over the zone and possibly neutralize it or flip it. So we're going to see which team can push ahead of their captured zone more effectively and hold it for longer, while also paying attention to that far flank that I talked about, which is so effective for contesting those lockouts that are so popular on this map. Now here we are still waiting for the lobby to be constructed. However, I believe that we will be there very soon, folks. Now, Weef, tell me a little bit more about these, about the pretty aesthetic that you seem to be so obsessed with about this map. I
I'm
will
not
admit,
obsessed. I made a one-off comment, and now you're coming for me. Well, you just look at the picture, see the nice, beautiful sky, and all the
oh,
gorgeous artwork, and you get to see the spinners. I don't know if you've ever played this map in recon mode, but the spinners make a really loud noise. It's very interesting.
really
Yeah.
interesting.
Um, I'm a bit of an avant-garde myself. No, I'm not. It looks like we finally
However,
get right into it. We don't have to spitball for any longer, as we're gonna see what these teams decide to bring out here. Looks like we're gonna see a Wiper, really aggressive comp, which is kind of what we know to expect from Twilight Cruzada, versus a bit more, a little bit less aggressive, but a more anchored comp with that Charger that really has the potential to dominate on this map.
Definitely, we're going to see Twilight Cruzada looking to push aggressively with that backless comp, as you mentioned. One going for a fight on far left against Summer Knights. No picks going down quite yet. Viper skirmishing on the left side. Finally, the junior on the side of Summer Knights gets picked. Twilight Cruzada looking to capitalize off of that. Another pick on the Viper. That's 3 down. It's only the Charger on Twilight Cruzada, and this is what I was saying. These teams have to play fast. They need to assert dominance on the other team's plat. We're already seeing Ori on Twilight Cruzada looking to poke their plat with fizzy bombs, with machine indirects. Gets the Booyah Bomb off, but is not quite able to live. Those tri-strikes from the Zekofin Charger going to be enough to break in. That's 3 down on Summer Knights, on Twilight Cruzada, sorry. And we see the tables flip, and Summer Knights get ready to hold this zone.
Now that Summer Knight's Charger, now that Gray is positioned in a very nice spot, it's going to be pretty hard to move them. They're going to get a beautiful, beautiful pick on Keto there on that Viper, and Tritrix are going to come out to help, mitigate that crab and help their team move even more. And beautiful flick from Gray there, solidifying Summer Knight's hold even further. Things have flipped over very, very fast, and already now they are in the lead yet again. Looks like Twilight Cruzada is really struggling to get back in. I think they're probably about to build their specials right now. They have a Booyah Bomb and a well ready, and Keto is going to jump on that flank and try to distract their Charger to create an opening for the rest of their team. But looks like one of their players, the Machine, is going to be looking at Keto and making it so he's not going to get much mileage. He's finally going to come out with the stamp here, getting caught on the geography of that spinner. And now looks like Summer Knights is 3 down on that Charger. Charger gets taken down, and Twilight Cruzada is back in control.
Definitely, I love that push from Twilight Cruzada. This is the power of a quick respawn weapon such as Viper. You saw them take such a far flank around and take resources such as the Machine, getting the Machine off of Summer Knights' plat. And it proved to be very effective as they managed to take zone very well. A lot of trades coming out on the board here. However, they will only benefit Twilight Cruzada as they have an innate advantage as they're holding zone. However, Summer Knights do manage to take the zone back, flip it, and set up a big bubbler on Twilight Cruzada's plat. And as I was saying, it's so important to get a defined presence on the enemy's plat if you want to get any mileage out of your pushes.
Charger really tries to hold their ground there, but unfortunately was picked off by one of the players of Twilight Cruzada, and now they're back in control. This is really typical of what we usually see for Machine Splatzones games, where it's not really back and forth like a lot of other Splatoon modes can be. You see really, really solid, really long pushes, and then they get flipped on their head, and then you see the push go in the opposite direction here. Speaking of going in the opposite direction, looks like Twilight Cruzada is finally starting to chew away at their penalty once again. Only a few seconds left on the board before that lead is snagged away from Summer Knights. And with Twilight Cruzada finally filing onto their plat yet again, they are having a really solid hold here. 13 points versus 12 points. It's only the Viper left alive. That is going to be the lead. Viper is not taken out yet and is 1v1 on the field, but unfortunately that Viper does not have enough paint by themselves to paint the zone, and game 1, very close game, goes to Twilight Cruzada.
Now, I would like to mention that was an incredible play on the side of Summer Knights' Viper. I believe that those were 3 splats carried out by that Ultra Stamp. Very great effort, however, it was too little too late, and like you said, Twilight Cruzada is going to take this game with a pretty close knockout, I will say. However, regardless, here we are going to our game 2, Undertow Spillway Tower Control. Now, this is a bit more of a linear map, so Weef, do you think we're going to see some more straightforward specials such as, I don't know, a Trizuka, more crab tanks? Do you think we're going to see that here?
I'm not quite sure. It's always weird going from a Splatzones game like that to the rest of the set, because sometimes it really does follow suit and the rest of the games are very close, but sometimes it's there's one really close Splatzones game and then the rest of them are complete knockouts by one team. So we'll see if we see that here. But I mean, in terms of specials, I haven't seen this map be played in quite a bit. We could definitely see crab tanks here, 100%. They're despite nerfs slowly tricking away at their power, they're still so incredibly dominant. Trizuka has risen in popularity lately, which is something I always love to see. It's an incredibly fun special to watch pop off. There's very few that are as exciting to see it a double or triple or even just a few, like, even just one kill come out of, but I don't know, I feel like, it's always a classic. Since the game launched, people have liked to run Bubble in tower control, and we did see, I believe, from Summer Nights, one of those, Vanilla Juniors, so that's something we could see again with, really positive paint, the Bubble, and the Splat Bombs to just try to round out their comp a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Now, I do think that both teams will stick with that Splatana Viper. A Viper is definitely probably the most dominant quick respawn weapon that we are seeing in the meta right now, and we're seeing both teams play it to pretty much its absolute fullest with those far flanks, with those ultra stamps getting value. And since this map is actually, in my opinion, pretty favoring towards weapons like Viper that don't have to do so much with the curvy geometry and can afford to take their mobility to the maximum, climb those walls, move quickly through mid to get around the enemy. I think both teams might try to take advantage of that weapon's strengths. However, regardless, we are now going in here. Tower control, Undertow, Spillway, and I stand corrected. Twilight's Cruzada coming out with a Splatana Stamper, while Summer Nights stick with their same tried and true composition. This is what I was saying. Both teams are going to be looking to run at least a Splatana, as I believe those weapons thrive on maps like these. Very neutral game coming out from both sides. Yet again, no picks coming out quite yet. Viper pushing up very aggressive on the left side. Does have to back off from the early crab on the side of Twilight's Cruzada. Look at how much space is denying. There's a trade right now. That's 2 down on the side of Twilight's Cruzada. Summer Nights looking to push that. That's 3 down. Summer Nights need to move quickly here and capitalize off of all the space they made. They're letting the splash get away. I'm not sure if I like that. They're already halfway to crab. They may be able to get one and just stop Summer Nights' push in their tracks, regardless of that big bubbler on tower.
Yeah, I was definitely right there about the big bubbler. We're not seeing much use of it right now because they did pop it at a time where a lot of the members of Twilight's Cruzada were down. But, I mean, they're already at the second checkpoint. They just broke the second checkpoint. This has become an extremely fast, very strong hold for Summer Nights. As they are 3 down, they are going to be forced to back out. But they took one little mistake that Twilight's Cruzada made. They picked Keto off, and then after that, they just completely snowballed it, taking the advantage fights, and they were able to push it super far, and we are only a bit above a minute in, and they already put on quite a show here. We do see Quiet Zusada having quite a few specials ready at their disposal. Their entire, HUD lit up in Rainbow before they start to come out, so I'm expecting to see this get a nice push going. 2 down, 3 down, it's only that Junior left alive, cowering in their big bubble, who is going to get picked off, and now Twilight Cruzada taking what Summer Nights had and going to be pushing it, having a push to rival it themselves.
Definitely, that was a beautiful delayed wipeout on the side of Twilight Cruzada. They are looking to get the lead here. However, that machine on top left going to manage to get enough picks for enough chip damage for that pick. However, might just not be enough. Twilight Cruzada are consistently getting these picks. There's already a 52 set up on Summer Night's plat. This machine putting out so much edge pressure. Just look, Summer Nights can barely afford to approach that platform. However, just as I say, that is only the Splatana Stamper alive, looking to get some more points. However, will back out into mid, and Twilight's Cruzada are going to end up with a lead switch, a lead of 23 points remaining.
I mean, if the last game was anything to go off of, I would not be surprised if Summer Nights pulled out yet another very strong push here. We already see Primo going to the right side, throwing out bombs, trying to get some picks, but unfortunately gets taken down on their own. And Twilight Cruzada looks like they are posturing for yet another push. Summer Nights is 2 down with no specials to really defend other than that Booyah Bomb that just went out. But they do get a lucky pick with the Booyah Bomb. They have been getting the picks that they need, and it looks like Twilight Cruzada push might be just stopped right in its tracks.
That was a very unfortunate patch of ink stopping Twilight Cruzada's machine from escaping that Booyah Bomb. Very unfortunate. However, we are going to see Summer Nights get set up here. However, I think they were just a little bit too slow. They weren't pushing quite as aggressively as they should have. And although they do have a few specials online, the same can be said for Twilight Cruzada. 2 specials pop and they just get countered by a single Booyah Bomb. That is unfortunate. That's 2 down to Summer Knights. Twilight Cruzada are going to have no trouble cleaning up this fight. That is 3 down on the side of Summer Knights, and Twilight Cruzada just basically shutting down their entire push with a single, with, well, really one special use. They used several, but just that Booyah Bomb denied all of Summer Knights' specials the value that they needed to extend their push further.
Only a minute left in the game for Summer Knights to make something happen. Plus overtime, but overtime is always a situation you never want to be in. You always want to get it before then. As we do approach, like I said, that 1 minute mark, it looks like Summer Knight is 1 down, and Twilight Cruzada is beginning to push again. Twice on that 52, being incredibly effective there, getting so many picks and applying so much pressure to the enemy team, but they can't do all that much by themselves. You never want to, be in the situation where you're taking 1v1s, and now they got picked off themselves. Summer Knights, unfortunately though, not being able to capitalize off of any of that as they go 2 down themselves. It looks like, just a lot of pressure going out in mid, and Twilight Cruzada is determined above all else to keep the lead and just end this set in the game too.
I'm not quite sure if I'm liking how Summer Knights is handling this. They're going for a lot of overextensions and getting punished very frequently by that machine, by that Splatana Stamper, by that 52, and they're really struggling to get something of value. I don't think I like this Tri-Strike usage. It was merely used to pick on the Stamper, and although it was successful, I am not sure. It was way too many resources used on the single player that has quick respawn active, and with no resources at their disposal, Twilight Cruzada is going to take this second game and the set alongside it.
Very, very interesting set there. I did predict that Twilight Cruzada would take it home, but I did not predict that it would be that close. We saw some great gameplay from Summer Knights. That first push that they got on Undertow was fantastic, and we saw how much they were able to hold and really make Twilight Cruzada sweat in that game 1. But Twilight Cruzada, like I said, does take it home, and that is going to be this set for now. We are going to be right back at you after a short break for yet more really exciting matches.